So my question to you is, I found just a non-felony amount of weed in that ashtray in the back, as well as in that basketball sleeve. So I'm gonna go over here and talk to these guys, and someone has to get charged with it.
Breaking news. Atlanta is frozen in shock as King Harris fights for his life. At 3:00 a.m., the silence of the city was shattered when whispers leaked from inside a cold ICU room. King Harris, son of rap legend T.I. and singer Tiny, is hanging on by a thread in a brutal life-or-death struggle. Insiders close to the family are delivering the most heartbreaking words imaginable. Prepare for the worst. Hooked up to life support, King's condition is deteriorating rapidly. Each faint heartbeat is a reminder that time is slipping away. Doctors have warned that the next 24 hours will determine everything. Witnesses inside the hospital describe a devastating scene. Tiny, unable to bear the pain, collapsed in the hallway, sobbing uncontrollably.
Hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas? His ass going to prison. If you got to keep this up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out.
That raw moment, caught on camera, is already flooding social media as millions pray for a miracle. But what began as a health scare is twisting into something far darker. A leaked medical report reveals injuries that suggest more than just a fight. Deep cuts, deliberate bruises, and trauma resembling calculated torture rather than random violence. Even more chilling, an audio clip has surfaced online, allegedly capturing a prison guard whispering, "The order came from above. We just cleared the way." That single sentence has exploded across social media, sparking urgent questions about who wanted King silenced so badly that they staged what looks like an attempted execution. And it doesn't stop there. Rumors swirl about a security tape showing masked figures slipping into King's ICU room, tampering with his life support. Though unverified, the possibility alone is terrifying. Even in a hospital bed, King may not be safe.
All right, I need you to step out the vehicle.
What you want to do? You want to take my gun home?
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well?
Put your gun for her.
All right, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You gotta take it.
There's no safety.
Take
Okay.
it out.
Well, I'm not gonna mess around with that too much. Let me just set this down right here. Dude, step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. All right, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest. We're gonna be at the church. All right, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just gonna take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure of this.
Just take the step to the side for me.
Outside, T.I. broke down while addressing a swelling crowd, his voice shaking. "He's just a kid. Don't let them take my son." That emotional plea went viral instantly, fueling hashtags like "Pray for King" and "Justice for King Harris." Yet not everyone is showing sympathy. Critics are already calling it karmic payback for T.I.'s past. The online battle is vicious, and it's cutting deep. As daylight creeps in, King's condition has shifted from critical but stable to full-blown multi-organ failure. Doctors are working around the clock in rotating shifts, doing everything they can to keep him alive. But behind closed doors, nurses whisper about something much darker: suspicions of sabotage from the outside, Even hospital workers are reportedly fearful, not only for King but for their own safety as well. Meanwhile, the crowd outside the hospital grows larger by the hour. Some hold candles in silence, while others wave protest signs chanting, "Protect King," and "We want the truth." Helicopters circle overhead as the noise shakes Atlanta. Inside, T.I. is said to be pacing endlessly, unable to rest.
A lot of people hit me up like, "King, I know you tired. You ain't getting no sleep." And the truth be told, before this I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just life. You know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And, he like to walk around the house. So,
Tiny is breaking down every time someone dares to mention letting go. Devastated, she has been seen trembling, her face swollen from hours of non-stop tears. The emotional storm is shaking Hollywood as well. 50 Cent, Meek Mill, and Kanye West have all dropped cryptic posts, some hinting at sinister industry plots, others warning of powerful, unseen forces. But the eerie silence from certain big-name celebrities is only fueling speculation. Are they protecting someone or protecting themselves? Whispers grow louder around a theory that King was targeted because of unreleased music allegedly calling out powerful figures. Some claim it's label betrayal. Others whisper about possible government involvement lurking in the shadows. As the theories spread, the family has reportedly been asked to review end-of-life paperwork, documents that only surface when doctors believe hope is nearly gone. The reality is brutal. King may not make it through the night. What began as a tragedy is now spiraling into a conspiracy, and possibly the start of a nationwide reckoning. Through all the noise, one voice cuts through. T.I. crying out, "God, please don't let them take my son."
Got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
Inside, chaos unfolded. Nurses rushed with emergency medications as machines blared, every piercing beep stabbing at the family's hearts. Then came the breaking point around 5 a.m. Doctors pulled T.I. and Tiny aside and delivered words no parent should ever hear. If things don't improve soon, we may need to discuss letting him go. The news shattered them completely. Witnesses say Tiny collapsed so violently that she required medical attention herself. Her screams, "Don't take my baby, don't take him from me," echoed through the ICU, shaking everyone who heard them. A hospital worker secretly recorded the gut-wrenching moment, and the footage is now flooding the internet, breaking millions of hearts worldwide. But the nightmare was only beginning. Soon after, a classified report leaked, suggesting King's condition may be linked to far more than just the beating.
This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. And I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here.
Insiders report that an unidentified substance was found in King Harris's bloodstream, something you don't get from a normal jailhouse fight. Experts now say it appears the chemical was administered after he arrived at the hospital. That raises terrifying questions. Who had access? Who could slip something into his IV? Who walked in and out unseen? Then a clip dropped that set the web ablaze. A blurry, anonymous video. allegedly showing two hooded figures entering King's ICU at 2:47 a.m. One moves to the bedside while the other keeps watch. The footage cuts off suddenly, but the implication is bone-chilling. Investigators are now racing to trace visitor logs. Someone may have been trying to finish the job in minutes. Hashtags like "Noise Your IQ Breach" and "Protect King Harris" exploded across social media. How does a young man from a music dynasty end up so exposed in a top-tier hospital? Outside, pressure cracked the family. Relatives argued on camera under the lights. Members of Tiny's side reportedly blamed T.I.'s past choices, and T.I. snapped back, shouting, "This isn't karma, this is murder." Paparazzi caught the blow-up, and the clip went viral, fanning flames and splitting public opinion. Then a leaked audio recording, allegedly from a senior Georgia prison official, began making rounds with a muffled warning. Some are mutes. If the boy talks, everything crumbles. He can't walk out of there alive. The voice remains unverified, but triggered widespread panic. Many now believe King wasn't attacked for who he is, but for what he knows. T.I. fired back saying, "My son is being hunted by a system that would rather silence him than protect him. This looks like a hit as much as a tragedy." Investigators are on alert. Some sympathize, others accuse him of seeking pity. The web remains split. Then came the most chilling reveal. An anonymous nurse claims King's ventilator was shut off for several seconds. A detail that sent fresh outrage and fear surging across the internet. In the dead of night, alarms blared inside the hospital. But when administrators pulled the security tapes, the footage was mysteriously missing. Was it just a glitch, or did someone deliberately wipe the evidence clean? Fans around the world are spinning with theories. Industry sabotage, rival beefs, even a full-blown mafia-style cover-up. With the fog of confusion growing thicker, the truth feels more out of reach than ever. Celebrities began weighing in, adding fuel to the fire. A tearful Cardi B took to Instagram saying, "That baby don't deserve none of this. I don't care what you feel about his daddy. Pray for that boy." Snoop Dogg went live with a chilling warning. "This industry ain't what you think. Protect your kids. They're coming for all of us." Those words sent shockwaves, feeding the belief that something much bigger is playing out behind closed doors. Meanwhile, chaos erupted at the hospital. Protesters stormed the entrance, chanting, "Let's see King! Protect that boy!" Police in full riot gear swarmed Grady Memorial, transforming it into what looked more like a war zone than a place of healing. Inside, T.I. and Tiny refused to leave their son's side. An eyewitness revealed that T.I. hadn't eaten or slept in over 24 hours, just pacing the halls, whispering prayers, breaking down. Tiny reportedly clutched King's hand so tightly that nurses had to gently ask her to let go so they could work. But time was slipping fast. Doctors began using cold, clinical terms: multi-organ failure and irreversible damage, words that shattered what little hope the Harris family had left. One insider said T.I. snapped, screaming at doctors, punching walls and shouting, "You're lying. You're not doing enough. Don't tell me to let him go." His outburst shook patients and staff, turning raw grief into rage as the sun rose over Atlanta. Outside, the chaos only grew. Anonymous accounts began dropping disturbing leaks. One even claimed a top music executive had ordered the hit, silencing King before he could release a track, allegedly calling out industry power players. Fact or fiction, nobody knows anymore. But one truth is clear: King Harris is hanging by a thread, and the world is glued to every second. By dawn, crowds outside the hospital swelled into the hundreds. By noon, they had grown into the thousands. Candles burned, posters waved, helicopters buzzed overhead as protesters clashed with law enforcement. Tear gas filled the air. What used to be a place of healing now looked like a battlefield. Inside the ICU, King's condition took a brutal turn. His lungs were failing, his kidneys shutting down. Medical staff whispered the words the family feared most. Prepare for the worst. Once that phrase hit social feeds, it spread like wildfire. The hashtag #RunPrepareForKing trended worldwide as millions sent prayers and begged for a miracle. Then came a heart-stopping claim. A whistleblower revealed that King flatlined for nearly 2 minutes before doctors shocked him back to life. The idea that T.I. and Tiny almost lost him crushed fans everywhere. Social media flooded with tears, heartbreak, and grief that hit like a physical blow. But that revelation opened darker questions. If his heart stopped once, could it happen again? Was this just fallout from a jailhouse brawl? Or was King being held at death's edge on purpose? T.I. and Tiny's sorrow turned into full-blown warfare against the hospital. At one point, T.I. reportedly exploded in the ICU hallway, screaming, "If my son dies, I swear the truth will come out. This ain't no accident. This is murder." Security had to restrain him after he smashed a chair in fury. The clip leaked almost instantly, and the feed went nuclear. Tiny, broken, and spent, collapsed outside the ICU doors, clutching a rosary as family members tried to hold her up. That viral clip is already being called one of the year's most soul-crushing moments. But the coldest twist was still coming. A hacker collective uploaded what they claimed were internal medical files showing traces of unapproved toxins in King's blood, substances not listed in any authorized treatment. The internet erupted with rage and more questions than answers. The hacker's caption cut like a knife. They're not trying to save King. They're finishing him off. That post detonated online, sending an already furious crowd into chaos. Violence broke out as protesters screamed, "Cover up," and clashed head-on with riot police. Live streams from the scene racked up millions of views within minutes as the world watched Atlanta unravel in real time. The entertainment world lit up with fury. 50 Cent called out, "Industry snakes," for orchestrating a takedown. Meek Mill tweeted, "They silenced the future before it could speak." And Kanye West delivered a chilling warning. "This is what happens when you say no to them. They come for your bloodline." By then, the story had flipped completely. No one saw this as just a jail fight anymore. This was something far darker, a war of secrets, power, and silence. Social media split in two. One side demanded justice. The other coldly called it retribution. But inside that freezing ICU room, there was no debate, only machines beeping, sterile walls closing in, and a family crumbling under grief. Doctors delivered another brutal update. With every passing hour, King's chances of survival were dropping. The Harris family buckled under the weight of that truth. As night blanketed Atlanta, another blow hit. A leaked ICU security feed surfaced, allegedly showing masked figures lurking outside King's room, one clutching a metallic case. Whether real or doctored, the footage was terrifying enough to send shockwaves worldwide. Could this be another attempt? Another plan to silence him for good? And then came the moment that shattered hearts across the globe. At approximately 11:45 p.m., T.I. stepped outside to face the massive crowd. His hands shook as he gripped the microphone, his eyes red, his voice breaking with raw pain. "They told me to prepare for the worst," he said. The crowd fell into stunned silence. He choked through tears, his voice cracking. But how do you do that? How do you prepare to lose your child? He's in there fighting with everything he's got. And all I can do is beg you, please pray harder than you ever have. He didn't deserve this. None of it. The clip spread like wildfire, instantly reposted across Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, pulling in millions of views within hours. It was raw. It was real. And it was absolutely heartbreaking. But while T.I. begged for prayers, the public demanded answers. Was this really the fallout of a jailhouse brawl? Or something far more sinister? Why were prison cameras mysteriously offline during the attack? Why were guards ordered to stand down? And now, who's making sure King never leaves that hospital alive? This story is twisting darker by the hour, with the Harris family trapped in a nightmare that just won't end. Doctors warn again, the next 24 hours are absolutely critical. King Harris is still in intensive care, his body failing, his fate hanging by a thread. And as Atlanta holds its breath, the world stares down one burning question. Will King Harris survive this nightmare, or are we witnessing one of the most tragic downfalls in modern hip-hop history? So what do you think? Is this just bad luck, or is something deeper going on here? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter in this unfolding story. See you in the next video.